I would like to say Yashikayach to Mayor and to all the other exemplary people who helped make this magical night possible. Like many people present in the room tonight, I, much to my chagrin, have most of my family living abroad. However, after spending more than 10 years learning at this incredible institution for advanced analytical studies, I consider myself fortunate to be part of this wonderful family that is Yeshivas and Kehilas Mikra Shmuel. With that said, looking at this beautiful simcha, it's no shock that the amount of jubilation contained within the cockles of my heart is beyond description. Rishus Rosh Hashiva, Chevrei HaHanhala, Chashav Avreichem, Non-Chashav Avreichem. In Haitzega Parsha, we find Bnei Yisrael between a rock and a hard place, surrounded by the Mitzrayim on one side and the Yam Suf on the other. HaKadosh Baruch Hu then went ahead and wrought the tremendous miracle that was Kriyas Yam Suf. Chazal tell us that the making of a shidduch is compared to Kriyas Yam Suf. I was wondering, in what way do these two seemingly different concepts have a shaykhus to each other? At first glance, I suggested that very often a shidduch is pushed due to the visas hayam, or the spoils and booty that await the interested parties on the other side once the shidduch is clinched. Alternatively, often when dealing with the ins and outs of a shidduch, one may get slightly frustrated with the people with which he has to deal. As a result of the frustration, one may walk away muttering to him or herself, Halal oivdei avodah zara, halal oivdei avodah zara. Lastly, I thought of one more possible solution, and I feel that this shot is truly the MS. Most shadchanim, when setting up two people, think that they have more foresight than Yecheskel ben Buzi, when in fact they can just see things just about as clearly as a mere shidduch. Upon further reflection of this chazal, I see to the fact that several common denominators were illustrated between a shidduch and Kriyas Yam Suf. However, it does seem somewhat strange to employ Kriyas Yam Suf as the event to which we compare a shidduch. A shidduch, though there may be a few hurdles or bumps along the way, overall, it's relatively an easy deal to close. One would have expected a comparison to something more down to earth. Examples may have been sowing the seeds to create a beautiful arboretum, or laying of the cornerstone for a building donated to a yeshiva in one's neighborhood. Kriyas Yam Suf, though, was the climax of all the theatrics that Hashem performed during Yetzias Mitzrayim. Chazal tell us that the amount of Nisan that occurred al Hayam was several times the amount that struck the Mitzrayim in Mitzrayim. The comparison to a shidduch, therefore, is truly bizarre. Elamai. There may be 2 points we can extract from this chazal. Firstly, an event as wondrous as Kriyas Yam Suf can be perpetuated by HaKadosh Baruch Hu with as much ease as a shidduch. Hashem Kaviyachol barely broke a sweat. Number 2, more notable, is the following aside. Contrary to perhaps what very few of us may believe, the Rabbanu Shalom is involved in everything in our lives, even something as small as a shidduch. He is as much involved in minor events as he was with Kriyas Yam Suf. We become so used to the idea that Hashem is the star in only the blockbuster events and the front page stories. But in fact, he's there pulling the strings and turning the knobs in every mundane aspect of our lives. We may view it as insignificant, but if Hashem were to tweak anything even slightly, the results could be disastrous. Perhaps this is why the event which Chazal compared to shidduch was one of incredible magnitude, such as Kriyas Yam Suf, to tell us that with Hashem's hashgacha there is no distinction. I believe the message is clear. We have to be sensitive to the small things in life. That'll separate the boys from the men and the peons from the princes. Amram, Chassan Danan, is someone who accounts for even the slightest detail as he develops in his learning, Midos, Yerushalayim, and Ashkafa. The Kala, too, comes from a family which stands for this mindset. They should be zoicha to continue to develop and excel in this sensitivity. And if they do so, I'm confident that all of us gathered here tonight will be witness to them building a Bayis Nana B'Yisrael. Mazel tov.